you're welcome to the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Lokko.
And I am Michael Ogbodu. Coming up,
providers of free water demand payment following provision of water to communities following the coronavirus pandemic.
Business free wana no aga si won for free ke ha mo fiamu ke e pregasi bia na skako.
Electoral Commission reopens nominations for Infantiman constituency following death of MP.
Also coming up, flood victims in Nawoni in the northern region whose homes were destroyed by the rains appeal to authorities for help.
And on a rather sad note, keyboard idol contestant Chris Tamakloe, who's lost his life in a tragic road crash, laid to rest.
Humor, love, and affection. Your fond memories shall forever remain with us. Chris, we love you so much and wish you could stay a bit longer.
Let's bring you details of our stories. And the Electoral Commission reopens nomination for Infantiman constituency following the death of the MP.
The MP was killed on 9th October after his car was attacked on the Nkusum Mankesima Diazi Road by men suspected to be armed robbers. The new nomination period will end on Wednesday 21 October and the NPP are widely expected to nominate his widow Ophelia Hayford.
Still on politics, and the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama has accused the Electoral Commission of resurrecting dead political parties and packing them at the Inter-Party Advisory Committee, IPAC, to do the Commission's bidding. According to him, the Commission has taken a combatant posture towards the committee, which is primarily supposed to build consensus on issues. Speaking on Accra-based Radio XYZ, John Dramani Mahama said the Electoral Commission does not want the IPAC.
Elections are about consensus, that we build a consensus and we move together. And that's why the IPAC is such a very important body. Today, let me tell you, Eric, the IPAC is like an enemy to the EC. The EC doesn't want the IPAC. They've gone to resurrect plenty dead parties and brought them to IPAC so that they can create a majority there and bulldoze their way through. Fine, bulldoze your way through. Don't build consensus. On the day if the thing backfires, it's going to backfire on you. All that we're doing is to help you have a credible election. So that when you have a credible election, who does the credit go to? It goes to you, the commissioners. But when you see us as enemies and you want to do things your way, you know, without factoring in our concerns, then you end up with the kind of things we're seeing. This is the first time I'm seeing huge numbers of names missing after we've done the registration. You can have somebody's name is missing here and there. Well, how can you have a situation where the first day you go, 21,000 names are missing?
Now, the New Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate for Yape Kusalgo constituency in the Savannah region, Abu Kamara, was on Saturday afternoon laid to rest in his hometown, Larabanga, in accordance with the Islamic traditions.
Mr. Kamara died in a car crash on Friday night when the vehicle he was traveling in collided with a moving truck at Datoyili near Tamale. He died together with his aide Majid Kutuchi and one Fuseni Kutuchi.
Now, his driver and one other person who survived the crash are responding to treatment at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Correspondent Richard Fogger reports.
The late New Patriotic Party candidate for Yape Kusago constituency in the Savannah region, Abu Kamara, was buried on Saturday afternoon in Larabanga, his hometown, in accordance with Islamic traditions. Mr. Kamara died in a car crash on Friday night when the vehicle he was traveling in collided with a moving truck at the Toyili near Tamale. He died together with his aide, Majid Kotochi, and one other, Fuseni Kotochi. His driver and one other person are responding to treatment at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. Family members and sympathizers could not hide their pain when his body arrived. The Deputy Savannah Regional Minister, Mr. Samuel Yayutika, told Citi News the death of Mr. Kamara is a big blow to the MPP.
It's about the demise of one of our parliamentary candidates, a candidate for Yape Kusoko constituency in the Savannah region. We are told that he was involved in an accident on his way back from a campaign spree to his constituency at the Datoili barrier, just towards Tamale. This was a man who, after the primaries, worked very hard with the limited resources he had. He was all over the place working. He loved the people, and the people actually loved him. We're very sure that with him, we're going to annex the seat from the NDC. But unfortunately, we lost him last night. And it's a very big blow to the party. It's a big blow to the government. And we just want to appeal to road users to ensure that they use the road well. We are getting towards Christmas, and we're also getting towards elections. This is a time that we all have to be careful with how we use our vehicles, our motorbikes, and what have you, so that we will have a very peaceful election and even a very peaceful Christmas.
Mr. Kamara was seeking to unseat John Jinapo of the NDC, who is seeking a second term in Parliament. Meanwhile, the New Patriotic Party has suspended all campaign activities in the Savannah region. The NDC has also suspended its campaign activities in the Yape Kusogo constituency for 3 days. In an interview in a yet-to-be-aired Citi News constituency radar on the Yape Kusogo constituency, Mr. Kamara said he was on course to cause an upset in the upcoming elections.
This year, there shall be an upset, and we are not just winning it, but we are winning it massively, and to keep it for at least the next 28 years.
What makes you feel so?
By the grace of God, everybody knows my rudiment. I started with the NDC, and I abandoned them during the course of time. Why? Because for 28 years now, there's nothing to show.
Family members are meeting to decide on other funeral activities.
The flag bearer of People's Progressive Party, PPP, Bridget Jogbenuku, has officially named Kofi Asamoah-Sian as her running mate for the 2020 polls. She announced this at a short ceremony in Accra on Saturday, while also launching the party's manifesto. Madame Jogbenuku described her running mate as party man who is in touch with the grassroots and a good match for the December elections. Citi News' Ansheli Zulu was at the outdoor event held in Accra and has more.
The Progressive People's Party on Saturday outdoored their vice presidential candidate in the person of Kofi Asamoah-Sian to team up with the party's flag bearer, Madame Bridget Jogbenuku, to contest the 2020 presidential elections. Kofi Asamoah-Sian hails from Akimodan in the Eastern region. He was the first national secretary of the party and contested as the parliamentary candidate for Akimodan in 2012. Madame Bridget Jogbenuku believes he would be a good fit due to his background in governance and development issues.
He went from Adisadel to University of Ghana for his bachelor's and his master's degrees in political science and international affairs, respectively. So he is well schooled in political science, and that is why I even like that he is my running mate, because he's a guide from behind. He started work as a teacher, so he also understands education, which is what we need right now to be straightened out in Ghana.
Kofi Asamoah-Sian, in his acceptance speech, said he would work to create a level playing ground for all as he delivers the country from corrupt leadership.
I bring on board honesty, integrity, fidelity to our 1992 Constitution, compassion for the sovereign masses, and an avowed personal principle not to harm the sovereign people of Ghana, who I believe made it possible for me to be educated and get the opportunity to stand here and apply to serve them as Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. I stand for making state institutions respect the citizens at all levels, so that citizens do not have to beg and pay bribes to any public officer to access any public service. I stand for an empowered people in an enlightened society where leaders are transparent and accountable for their stewardship.
The party also launched their manifesto for the 2020 elections with a promise to allow citizens elect their MMDCs and all members of the District Assembly, fight corruption and create sustainable jobs.
And we have demonstrated that we are ready and able to do the practical things that will make sure that the corruption fight is effective. So like the 4 things are enumerated. Public declaration of assets is key. The Constitutional Review Commission has confirmed it. We should allow the election of MMDCs and all district assembly members, and that will guarantee that the people at the district level, which the district is the smallest unit of the country in terms of development. So the people at district level will exact accountability from the district chief executives, and the DCEs will be compelled to do the right things to develop the country.
Welcome to the Citi Newsroom. I'm currently at Tema Mine here. I've come here to assess government's free water initiative. Now, on the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, government started providing free water to households in a bid to help to alleviate the coronavirus. Water was essential in washing hands. I'm here today because households here say they're forced to pay for water, while persons who provide water for these households also say government has failed to pay them the money they promised them to offset the debt they would have to incur because of the free water. Follow me as I look at the story of the provision of free water in this community and other places here in the Greater Accra region. I've come to a typical home in the area, and this is to give you an idea why most of them go to the vendors. Now, if you come to typical houses in these areas, you see this manhole. This is actually the sewage system that collects and moves all the way to the sea. But most of them don't have toilets here. So these are for other areas where there are the toilets, this sewage system. So in a typical compound house, you wouldn't have a toilet. They have to go and use public toilets that are dotted around the community. Now, most of them also don't have bathrooms. A few have, but majority don't have bathrooms. So they would have to go to the vendors who sell the water to have their shower. So this is a family's unit, another family's unit, another family's unit, and then it goes on and on. With this particular house, they have a bathroom. So if you follow me, you can see that there's a bathroom here. So they would, on a typical day, go to the vendors, buy the water, and have their shower here. In certain houses, they don't have. This house doesn't have a toilet. So they would go out and use the washroom. But I'm going to be speaking to occupants of this house in a bit to see whether, in their cases, they're able to get the water for free, like some of the vendors have told us, or they are still being charged. Boss, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
You live here?
Yeah, I do.
How long have you been here?
For almost 35 years, I would say.
Okay, so you're born and bred here?
Yeah, right here.
Normal day, water, do you go out to the vendors to buy water?
Almost every day.
Okay.
Almost every day. We go out every morning. If we would need water to bath and prepare food, we'd have to go outside there to get some water.
Okay, so you have a kitchen here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but no toilet in this facility?
No toilet.
Okay, so
we always make use of the public ones.
Okay. Free water. When you go to the vendors, do you get it for free?
Not free. The issue is that only few people give it out for free, but majority will slash the price for us to take, for us to pay part of it. Yeah.
We also told in this area, for example, you have the assembly putting up some pipes to give you free water.
Yeah, we have one assemblyman at Gabi. He has one water outlet at the B Park, and for that place, whenever it is flowing, it is for free. Yeah, and we have one also down there, Senya. He also gives it out for free. But for the vendors, their complaint is that is what they make their living on. So when they give it out for free, they cannot tell us and when the government will pay them the subsidy. Yeah, so they slash the price and they sell it out.
Okay.
For us.
So in a day, how much buckets of water do you and your family use, roughly?
But what we normally do is that we have these barrels. When the water is flowing, we make sure we fill all of them because we cannot tell when the water will be available. That is the normal routine we go through.
Okay, so during the rainy season like now, you are sorted out. But when we move into the dry season mode, you'll be forced to buy the water.
Yes.
Roughly, how much have you spent so far during this free period area?
Just this morning, I needed water in the sitting room. So I sent my boy to get me 2 margarine size water, 2 of them. And because of the government intervention, they are now charging 20 pesos for one. So I sent him to get me 2 buckets this morning. The ones I have there is the rainwater. We had some heavy rains some few days ago. We took advantage of it and we filled all our barrels. So we've not been fetching water actively for now. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It's still the Citi Newsroom. I'm still at Temamai here, Nishipi area to be specific. And I've come to this area because there are quite a number of people who deal in the water business. Some provide bathrooms for the public, so public bathrooms, public toilets, among others. All these people during the period were told to provide free water because they were already selling water or services related to water to the community. But they tell me that since the free water initiative started, they've still not received any form of compensation from government because majority of them, their businesses have come to a standstill because people here demand that it is free, so I'm going to get it for free. This woman here runs this place. Okay, how long do you operate?
Oh, it's almost 23 years.
Okay, well, all business bathroom or fe juwe ni me bajua me.
Fe juwe na bajua.
Okay, well juwe nye 4, alo 5, 3. Okay, no toilet. Okay, all right. No, before business started, before initiative started, business take tomoten.
Oh, business yeah no ujugba. But starting business and first to before you know time to start business na femo. No the business fine. She was she beni before she no ne style.
She can be fine tomorrow.
She can be fine. She can in ya win wa ya win. Ko akabi le ba agbagbo. Almost 20 million, 15, 10 million. Na ke bi le ba. Kefe wa he fi won wa de to na ska no ka pay bill because of bill make ba na die work on honey ska domotion no ba hon no lo fe ka pay water bill
ne emi ehie ma ba ogbo na no fi otwon olo
to ba fe te ko be hie ko be se no di no imana ati se poke bill po atun ke ba e am se ko ke gbo ska ni ka pay water bill si le ben to ko ni ma tun no di manager fe fa no di ofe no use so fe ehia
no be an keje April government president announced because of corona the former can be fale femo wo me ni nye ha no ni nye twon no enu twon ye ka ha me free te impact of business thing.
Oh, by the way, business free he wo na no ko aga si won fole free ke ha mo fiam keje April ga si bia na ko nako skako si ano college ma gbone here be dey me yokate water west aka ska neke a pay neke numero no ko nto yen ke ba gasin ihe numero ko 800 800 ni ya pay 800 ni ya inte nya ska fe ni ka pay nya pay 600 ni ke ba ya just 200 ma pay 200 de ba gasin nya pela ni ba he iska ni yo jeme onye wa Ogbodu he ni te jeme ame ha mi iska fe na me boy ke April me ke ba si April May June I got 3 months na me ha mi 300
you know to ani afi government
go question sika go say government say fe no makwe ha wa ga so every month aha meneke
enye ni ba hin enye ba sa onye
I mean gaga 5 million won sumo
o to every month 500 cedis bo che do ho ni enye of your je 150 every other turn agmen about at least 3 times no ni ba waje
oh je o min ke wo dang mo ke si I'm fair no kwa ka to 20 po 2 million
okay she 90 ke 100 LA. So that's it from the lady here. She runs this business here. They provide bathroom services as well as toilet services here at Tema, specifically Tema, Newtown. We'll visit more vendors and see what the issue is. Stay with us. Ma, welcome to Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
Okay. Business now, how long no fee?
Until I get back 10 years now.
Okay. Well, ohonu ni ofio bathroom ke ni.
Fine.
Okay. Ni dani COVID there ba tenuchmo tumoten.
When you cry, kwa government if I dey no kwe ya when because no one full free. You aba for no an po ameju ame. Mo ba ta she bi ke manka an ka je sele. Mi be oni ta she be wale. Ina escape ni ke hospital. Lebi ne papier ko po echono. Samoni momo basa e ga 15 ba mi ale tempo e pere ngba ba don ke sky no ka pe ona wo pale fa ye no wa cheno ona kan no wole 20 wo me 10 30 o ba wole 20 pesos kuna fe ni one ko ga no ko fite e no ka sa si free egbe wo ka wo male mo egbo mi ko tempo nge vote
o vote bi ma ba vote
because after nuchumo ke ina me feel ma mi ni mai ko na no ko po baye.
Okay. Because of free first KJ free onye charge or no
50 pesos 30 pesos 20 pesos.
Okay. Ni be government in hanya shikako.
Me nyonko be na atami aken ba he 1 month 1 million ko me ko don
ngo to ahe
ya waterways ame travel
me month na me travel
macha to 3 months ne.
Okay, no 3 months no te hambo 100.
No pay ankom no go don.
Yo, mommy, oh you are done. So this is a story of the vendors here in Tema Mine here. Let me go to the Ghana Water Company Limited to answer some of the questions being raised by the vendors here. Let me move to its communications director, Stanley Marte, to answer some of these questions.
Currently, we have paid up to July, and it looks or seems as if it's delayed, but it's not. It's not delayed because we are giving government real bills, okay, real consumption of customers, of consumers. So what happens is that our district will read the bills, read the meters of our customers, okay, and submit to the region. The region will have to audit what has been done from the district. Okay, and then based on that, they will submit that to the head office. The head office will also have to do an audit of what has been done by the region, okay, before we submit it to the Ministry of Finance through the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources. So it's a process. Now, when it gets to the Ministry of Finance, they also have to do their due diligence. They also have to do their auditing before the money is paid. Okay, so just a moment. So what we do is we are able to finish our hours, let's say about a week and a half into the following month. Then we submit, and then they also have to do what they have to do, and then it takes about a month. So that was what happened in April. It happened in May. It happened in June, and so we have submitted all our bills up to September. And we expect that July has been paid. We expect that August will also be paid soon. Yeah, so as and when they pay, we also reimburse our vendors.
So I'm currently with this gentleman because
the issues being raised by the vendors, he, together with his other colleagues, his mom runs one of these facilities. They were in talks with the Ghana Water Company, and they went through a process that following this initiative they were supposed to go by. So I'm going to find out what that process is and what is happening with the distribution of the money. Boss, welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you.
What were the things that were agreed upon with the Ghana Water Company and the vendors at the time?
Thank you very much. I think when the government gave the directive for free water distribution, the Ghana Water Company realized that there are people, there are a category of water users who use it as business. So they are the water vendors. So with them, they realized that once the water will be given for free, they were going to be at a loss. So they came up with a strategy to get them to receive some commissions from the government, and which I heard was about 20% of their monthly bills.
So depending on how much you make, you are given 20 to 30%. So it was not a fixed amount.
It's 20% exactly.
20%. Okay.
Yes. So when we went there for our first commission, that was for April and May, they said her name was not captured, and then there was a problem. Only a fraction of the number of people who had registered or whose names had been submitted had their names registered, like showing. So they said it was not a fault of the vendors, but it was a fault from Ghana Water Company, and they wanted to work on that. But up to now, we've not heard anything from them. It started from April, May, June. For July, July bills was how much they sold was their commission, because it was for 3 months, the first 3 months. But from August, September, October, we haven't received anything. So she just received for June. For June.
She got the 20% in June.
Yeah, for June, and since then she hasn't gotten anything yet.
So, what efforts have you made to rectify this anomaly?
Yeah, so we went to them. We went to them, and they came up with all kinds of excuses.
So when you went, what kind of excuses were they given? The Ghana Water Company.
Thank you. The first story for those, the main issue was for those whose names were not captured for April and May. So which means that they didn't receive anything at all. Meanwhile, they gave their details. So they didn't receive anything at all. And you go and they say they are trying to rectify the situation, but it's been long overdue. They haven't done anything about it.
So what are your plans for the future? Because if from June all the way, and this initiative is supposed to go all the way to December, and no payment has been done, what's your end game? What do you want to do?
I think that for the interim, we would have to come together. Those who sell the water come together, and then maybe it would be, as I said, would be a stronger voice, and then maybe get the government to act.
Thank you very much for it. Now, this story doesn't only run in Tema, Mahia. The story is the same in Oyibi and other parts of the country. Let me take you to Anne Shirley Ziwu, who is stationed at Oyibi, looking at the story of vendors, which we're told is similar to what we're seeing here at Tema, Mahia. Anne.
In April this year, government announced that it will absorb water bills for all Ghanaians for April, May and June as part of efforts to intensify the fight against COVID-19 amidst the partial lockdown of the epicenters of the disease at the time. Subsequently, this was extended to the end of the year after the 3 months elapsed. The Ghana Water Company Limited is the major source of supply for this intervention, but it only caters for about 66% of Ghanaians, raising questions about how consumers in other brackets were going to benefit from this relief. The government subsequently sought the assistance of community water providers to complement the efforts of Ghana Water Company Limited. One of them is the Oyibi Water Scheme. However, managers of the scheme say it may collapse if government does not pay them for the water they have supplied in the past 6 months.
Because I was angry about the whole thing. I thought that the issue for give them free was because we went to lockdown. You know, the lockdown period was so serious for everybody. It was a new thing, so people were disturbed and people are camped at home. They need to wash their hands regularly. In all the services we do without water, you can't. That was the picture, so you have to. But now the lockdown has been, what do I say, stopped or cancelled or whatever it is, months ago. And so if this is not politics at the west side of the game, I don't know. We have not been paid per se as I sit here. We have to go for some loan to pay our staffs. About 11 people or more, we are paying constantly every month. You can't say you won't pay them. You know, things are hard these days. And so you can't owe your staff when they have worked duly for the end of the month and you will not pay them. So I told her that this last quarter of freebies, I won't do it. I don't care if the politicians come and pick me and send me to wherever they will send me, court or whatever. Somebody must stand up to your right sometimes. And we are not like Ghana Water, which has big river sources, and the government gives them support. Nobody gives you support, but you are added with your little strength. You are told to also join hands with these bigger guys to give free water, and they get money paid by the government. For which reasons, I don't know. Probably they don't want the system of the government to collapse, but they have forgotten that it is the same government.
The managers say government owes 420,000 Ghana cedis, which is affecting their operations.
We have 3 quarters. If one is 70,000, that's what you have, 420,000 Ghana cedis, and nothing has been paid. We are buying what? If this power goes off right now, we have to look for money and buy powers, because without the powers, the machines pump won't work. They should pay our money, even if first quarter money comes, and it is tomorrow, we'll be able to fix ourselves and fix the system.
According to them, efforts to get their concerns addressed have not been successful.
This issue first came up. We were given directives. All of us under small town schemes, we're supposed to report to, have some talk with CWSC. They're supposed to receive the tranche the government's supposed to have given to either them or Ghana Water so that we go for our share. Unfortunately, we always call. Nobody called this office and tell us your money is ready. And I'm telling you, nothing has been paid. Our hands are tied, very tied. We have been calling Citi, he said nothing has come. You called the assembly, he was even frustrated. I called my boss the other day, I said, the people say we should give another 3 months. But you know, now I'm tired. You see what can I do? If he, that is a politician, and in the same party, he cannot help me, who I'm not politician, and I'm not in anybody's party. But I'm just here to serve the people and to work in the best interest of the community. This is my load I'm carrying.
Even though the scheme is still supplying water for free, residents who are benefiting from the intervention fear their taps may run dry if government does not pay up.
For we, the residents of Oyibi, as I've said, we have benefit from this water. And so many people, this is the asset where they get their daily bread. So I think if there is any support that the government can support them, for them to release the water for us free, I think it will help us all. We know we use water is our daily aspect that we always use every day. So if they close the water, in fact, we will suffer. We don't have anywhere to fetch water in Oyibi here apart from the water, this very water, the pipe water.
It's still the Citi Newsroom. When we come back. Flood victims in Nawoni in the northern region whose homes were destroyed by the rains appeal to authorities for help.
We'll bring you the details of that story and more after this break. Please stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrade, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil off the Takrady Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
Play the golden goal on Bet Planet today with just 20 Ghana cedis. You could win a Mercedes and 100,000 Ghana cedi worth of prizes. This advert has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18.
You've come a long way from where you started, and in that time, you've upgraded a lot. But have you upgraded your entertainment? When you upgrade to GoTV Max, everyone gets an upgrade. Football fans can up their game with La Liga and get all new action with the NBA and NFL on a brand new channel, ESPN. The kids will go crazy for the most popular kids shows, and family night is sorted with blockbuster movies on TNT. Plus, our local celebrities will keep you connected to your continent, while our general entertainment channels will take you international. There's a whole lot for the whole family when you upgrade to GoTV Max. So make the move today and give your family an upgrade they'll love. GoTV. Live it, love it.
So the free water initiative is supposed to run across the whole country, but for some areas that hasn't happened. This is Lakeside Estates in the Greater Accra region. Residents in some parts of the estate, this is Community 8, they don't have the Ghana water line in the estates. And since the intervention started, they've not had water for free. Actually, they've been buying water from private water operators, a tank for about 40 or 50 cedis. I've come to the home of one of the residents here to find out more about this. Madam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How long have you lived here?
Okay, I've been living here for about 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for the past 4 years, do you have the Ghana Water Company line running here?
No, we don't have it. We don't have the line.
And what is the reason? What have you been told?
Okay, what I heard is the connection. They couldn't bring the connection to this place due to some blockage somewhere. So the line has been diverted to a different place.
Okay.
So we here do buy the water from the tankers, 40 or 50 cedis.
Since the free water initiative began, you've not had water for free at any point?
Never, not even once. Yes.
You know, in some communities, there are places where you can go to and get the water for free. There may be tank stationed, pipes built purposely for the initiative. Nothing like that here?
Nothing like that here. I've never heard of such a thing here.
So what are your thoughts around that this is supposed to be free to bring relief to households across the country because of the coronavirus pandemic, yet you're unable to have access to it?
I think the government have to do something. The government have to come in because here is an estate owned by Lakeside Estate. So I don't know if the government can do something, plan with them so that they can get the access to continue with the pipeline, for us also to get the water, the free water to relieve us, even if not the free water, to get the pipe.
So in a month, how much do you spend in buying water?
Yeah, when you buy the tank, at times it takes about 2 weeks. Then so at least a month you have to buy about 2 tanks, meaning almost 100 Ghana cedis a month. But when there's raining, we get some water from raining, so we are able to.
Because now we are in a bit of the rainy season, so you don't buy as much.
Yes, we don't buy as much.
Thank you very much for your time. So we're still in the Lakeside Estates, looking at how residents here who don't have the normal water from GWCL, that line running through, are enjoying the free water initiative, if there's anything like that here in this community. And I've come to another house to meet with this gentleman who lives here and to pick his thoughts about this initiative. What has been the situation with the free initiative? The poly tanks, do they give you the water for free, or you still have to pay for it?
Well, I don't know about others, but since then I haven't benefited from that facility. Yes, but I don't know about others.
So you buy your water every week?
I buy my water every week.
How many times?
Maybe since then, when the rains, came setting, then we begin to, harvest it in our poly tanks. But since the inception of that free water initiative, I haven't benefited from it.
So what do you think should be done to solve this problem, especially at a time that an initiative was put in place and it's not working because of the current situation with regards to access to an important utility like water?
Well, if maybe the authorities could extend their services to us so that we could also, benefit from it.
I thank you very much for your time. So that's the story of residents here at Lakeside Estate here in the Greater Accra region. We made efforts to speak to operators of the estate and they declined to comment. They say they are not ready to speak on the matter yet and they may speak later to the issues. But the situation on the free water supply is not all that gloomy everywhere. It turns out parts of Accra are enjoying the initiative. And I'm moving to Akosia Otre, one of our reporters who has been looking at some communities who are enjoying the free water initiative. Akosia.
For residents of Nyaneba Estate in Accra, government's free water initiative has been helpful. The decision to provide free water, according to the government, was born out of the need for regular washing of hands as a preventive measure to the spread of the virus. Some residents of Nyaneba Estate say they are grateful for the directive by the president to provide free water.
Last lockdown, 3 months. I should be all debts here. I'm the bill back, but say, we need the mimi who say, ya bill will be an ebisa, say, a bill will be the mimi and the different.
So, in a sense, lockdown starts here. Government and I are there, or my is only free. We can't say government, my boy, or why any idea now. I watch like a car where so no. It's me, it says, can you extra be near marketing? It's in here for yourself.
Me pacho insioni die sesi ano ba price no so no they say you tua bibiasa the price me hu say government no why insure for.
The residents who hitherto were making an average monthly expense of 100 Ghana cedis on water say they are judiciously using the water. They, however, complained of the intermittent supply of water to their homes.
Eba, so ebi wo ha, eba nda de chan. Ebi wo eba nda de chan, but ebi wa 2 days, 3 days ansa na ba. Ebi wa 2 days ansa na ba. Uma na ya 2, uma na ye bi.
Be 3 to 4 days bi na say shortage kakra ba. Na eba kakra kakra ba say dem ye sure say by weekend dey mbe bi ni full.
Ba when I say take it 1 week, a call of 1 week. Now the assas starts here.
For Citi News, I am Akosia Otre.
Now, flood victims in Nawuni in the Kumbungo district of the northern region, whose homes were collapsed by the rains, say they are still living under unfavorable conditions. They tell Citi News that even though they have received some relief items, they need building materials to reconstruct their homes. They are therefore calling on the government and philanthropists to support them. Correspondent Dinah Ngwan reports.
Currently,
The floodwaters from the White Volta have receded, leaving its devastating effects on the lives of the community. Out of about 94 homes, authorities have counted 74 affected homes. Some residents are still seeking shelter in a nearby school building where they complain of mosquitoes and hunger. Even though there has been some donations in terms of food and clothes, residents say their major challenge is food, sleeping mats and shelter.
Tandudunya afudela mi pa menya view awie mi ado mele benu mi amroji kwishin ma melanyu
nti nia ehia sisia mutumi ma aduane eka smith ho eka zin ho a anka we boy pa ndi sia eti on na edi aro ye ne bebia ye fa
ye wa ha akonkra de ye dan kra bubu ye ni boafo bia nti de bia ye kasa mo boy ye pe government no mo boy de be da sukra akwaja ye nti ye da sa ye ni kwishi na so da mun so ambun so ebisu ambun so ni mun se ne ye ntimi nkwam sa ye pessimist any chains any kwishi asa ye metimi akọ no mo ana han so ye ti when tutum we pa ye ni hwiwa nti ye stress mun boy.
In order to assist the flood victims, Stanbic Bank Ghana, as part of its corporate social responsibility, presented some food items, clothes, mattresses to the affected victims. Nabil Abubakar Hussein is the regional manager for the Northern Cluster.
People here have been through some amount of devastation since the flooding. What we are here today is to support government's own intervention and then that of other organizations that have been here. We think that for us to be able to restore our people, we need to give a helping hand in terms of means of shelter, means of feeding, and also the general sanitation of these communities that have been affected. Tebong in the Kumbungu district, Savelugu, we have been to all these places, and then we are just going to ensure that people get their means of livelihood back. And then there's COVID is also around us. We don't want to see that the devastation has also led to a spike in COVID infection. So this is our little way of saying we've heard the cries and we want to be part of the development agenda and also the restoration of our people here.
The bank also presented same items to some flood victims in the Savelugu municipality. The chief of Savelugu, Yona Yakubu, expressed his gratitude for the gesture.
The fisheries, they will appreciate it so much. It's challenging because this is the year of COVID, where everybody is having challenges here and there. It is unfortunate that we have this village every year, and it brings a lot of hardship to the citizens of this part of the northern Ghana. It will interest you to know that a lot of farms have been destroyed. I'm saying it because I'm also a victim. That is something that the money that we have invested, we cannot recoup that money. So I'm looking at myself and then looking at other people who are also going to suffer in this same manner. So if today Stanbic has come to support, I think it's laudable.
The bank, in addition, donated cash to support the Yana Education Fund, which seeks to support needy but brilliant students in Dabang.
Still on floods, and the Northern Development Authority has donated some relief items and foodstuff to support residents in the Upper East region who were affected by the floods. According to the NDA, the initiative forms part of their corporate social responsibility to mitigate the negative impact of the disaster on the affected persons. Frederick Awoni has more.
According to the Upper East Regional Directorate of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, hundreds of residents in the region were affected by the floods emanating from the spillage of the Bagri Dam in Burkina Faso, coupled with torrential rains within the month of August. The floods submerged farmlands, collapsed some houses, rendering some residents homeless, and killed at least 4. In an attempt to ameliorate the plight of the flood victims, the Northern Development Authority has presented food items and other relief items to NADMO. Speaking at the occasion in Bogatanga, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the NDA in charge of Finance and Administration, Mr. Patrick Siedu, explained the urgent need to support the flood victims.
NADMO on their behalf. So even though NADMO should have been somewhere else, he made time to join us this morning to receive the items. 100 bags of rice, 45 bags of beans, and about 40 bags of maize, and 200 gallons of oil. Now we are expecting more items in terms of non-food items. Blankets, buckets, cups, and mats are on the way coming. So once the food comes first to feed the people, we also will be adding non-food items. So it is in the process. Beyond this, we have also set up a committee which is going to mobilize further funds, resources to support the flood victims. So it's not a one-time-off event. It will be the continuous process. This is the beginning of the process of helping the flood victims, Chairman.
For his part, the Upper East Regional Coordinator of NADMO, Jerry Asamani, commended the efforts of NDA and
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead in the bulletin, keyboard idol contestant Chris Tamakloe, who lost his life in a tragic road crash, laid to rest.
Stay with us, we'll be right back.
What's poppin'? Brand new dramas, that's what. Ethan Hawke leads a group of freedom fighters in the daring battle to end slavery in Mnet's brand new historical miniseries. We're gonna start a revolution. And the rebellious daughter must step up and take the reins of her late father's criminal enterprise in Africa Magic's brand new local series.
What do I do?
What else is poppin'? Brand new pop-up channels, that's what's poppin'. We're serving up family dramas and intrigue galore in The Beloved Man on the new telenovelas channel.
Citizens, we cannot allow this situation to go on.
We're packing a punch with the kung fu adventures of the Chinese Odyssey on the brand new Kicks channel. And we're going crazy over arts and crafts with Cooksy on the new Zumu channel. So pop on over to DSTV for the best of brand new this month.
Hello, my brother. It's been a long while. Your house debut. I use the finest materials for this building. I can see that. But my brother, you know, just last year you built this house. Oh yeah. When the walls started to peel off like banana due to rising damp. My brother, that's been my issue. I've tried so many things, but nothing works. You know what? They even use that black rubber thing on it before the concrete casting. You mean that boiler rubber? Oh, my brother, you would have saved yourself the stress if only you used Visqueen DPM from Vertigio Limited. Really? That'd be what my puppy used for house. And over so many years, the house till they come up.
For purchases and enquiries, contact Ventigio Limited at Spinters Road, Accra, or in Kumasi at Oshumasi Kwarasu.
Visqueen DPM, no size.
Yeah, welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Now, the late keyboard idol contestant Chris Tamakloe, who lost his life in a tragic road crash, was laid to rest in a solemn event on Saturday in the Volta regional capital of Ho. The 13-year-old star met his untimely death on his way back to Ho from one of the editions of the keyboard idol competition, in which he was described as one of the best performing contestants.
Chris Tamakloe's sudden demise shocked the teeming fans of the TV talent show and the friends and family who thronged the Sacred Heart Cathedral in Ho to pay their last respects to the late keyboard idol contestant. Citi News' Benjamin Aklama was at the funeral and found this report.
The body of the late Chris Tamakloe was laid in state on Saturday morning at the Sacred Heart Cathedral of the Roman Catholic Church, where friends and family paid their last respect to the late keyboard idol star. Several of Chris's videos in which he exhibited his flair on the keyboard were screened to the admiration and awe of hundreds of friends and family who gathered for the ceremony. Reverend Christine Otulati, reading the biography of Chris Tamakloe, said he aspired to be an engineer who wanted to invent something to benefit mankind.
He liked playing with electrical and electronic objects. He had an inquiry mind and was always asking sequence questions. He said he wanted to be an engineer, and he was always thinking with gadgets. He often said that he wanted to be a person who has invented something that will benefit mankind.
She also noted that Chris's father started teaching the young star to play the keyboard when he was age 6.
His grandfather, Darius Kojovi Tamakloe, and his father, Abednego Kwesi Tamakloe, were both ardent pianists. Abednego Kwesi Tamakloe started teaching Chris piano lessons at age 6. Abednego was so dedicated to the teaching his son that the boy's mother sometimes complained that he was dragging their son too hard.
Father of Chris Tamakloe, Mr. Abednego Tamakloe, in his tribute to his son, said Chris, in his short existence, lived the dream of his grandfather.
He took to piano playing so well that he developed his own style on the keyboard. Anybody who saw him play knew that he was an infant prodigy. Chris, our beloved son, we shared great moments together. We will miss your affable nature. We will miss your great sense of humor, love, and affection. Your fond memories shall forever remain with us. Chris, we love you so much and wish you could stay a bit longer. We were blessed to enjoy your friendship and companionship.
Deputy Programs Manager Ranstina Opai Saforo, who read a tribute on behalf of the staff and management of Citi FM and Citi TV, said, Chris's life, albeit short, had a lot of impact.
It is often said that a life that has been lived well must be celebrated and not mourned. Many people struggle to appreciate and to comprehend this statement. But Chris Tamakloe, you make it very easy to understand what this means. In your seemingly brief time on earth, you have touched so many lives and inspired so many people in your generation and beyond.
May his beautiful soul rest in peace. Well, that's it for today's edition of the Citi Newsroom. Log on to our website. We have more stories.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Vivian Lokko.
And I am Michael Ogbodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.